it because I'm about to talk about what I went through at the United States Postal Service. The people I'm employed by. So instead of recording a video and uploading it, I just figured I would go live. So let's talk about it. This is my story. I done been out here before. I done posted about a horrific experience that I experienced from the post office about 2 years ago. So now here it is, 2023, and they back at it again. They back at it again. I can't say this is the first time that they've been on, did something horrible to me, but the instance. So in April, my nephew passed away, and then a few weeks later, my brother passed away. A little bit of detail about my nephew. He was already sick and was dealing with some health issues. So his cause of death was natural, even though it was random and sporadic and we was not prepared for it. But we thought he was strong and he was dealing with everything and that we had everything under control, but things could take a turn before you know it. So that's what happened. In the middle of the night, we lost him. And he was 14 or 15. But 14, about to turn 15. That was just too much to deal with. Then his dad, which is my brother, could not deal with that loss and wasn't handling it well. So about 2 weeks later, on my nephew's birthday, his dad killed himself. Committed suicide. So that's what we call it. I'm sorry. So suicide prevention, you never know what somebody's feeling or how they're dealing with loss and all that kind of stuff. So it's serious. So anybody that's dealing with loss or just feeling down on yourself, go to find help. It's very important to find help, to talk to somebody. We should have loved on him more. People should have talked to him more, supported him more. So much things that we could have did differently as a unit to help support and get him through that situation. So it was just tough. But so I lost both of them. I'm from Michigan, so both funerals, I had to go back home to Michigan. I did have leave to cover those one of them bereavement brothers, so I get the 5 days, and then the other one I had annual leave to cover my absence. I let them know what was going on. I told them ahead of time, put in paperwork, so everything should have been covered. I attend both funerals, and then after that, I started to get really stressed. Again, mental illness, dealing with a lot at work, dealing with a lot at home, the deaths and everything like that. And so I ended up in the hospital 2 times back to back, feeling like I was having a heart attack, but it was just like an anxiety attack. So I literally was in the hospital after this, and I didn't understand the connection that me being hospitalized had to just my brain dealing with so much and just processing so much, even from work. So I get taken to the office about my absences. And I explained to them, well, the dates that I was with my nephew, with him passing away. They said, well, we can't cover those. Even though I had annual leave, we can't cover those days because it was like high volume or like mandatory overtime where I was mandated to work. They needed me there. They could not cover them. So I had a funeral. So it's like, and I had an annual leave. So y'all use my annual leave, so why are we even talking about this? And then we turn around, and then when my brother passed away, the same thing. They bring it up to me in the office. I go in the office. I get in trouble about it. And I explain to them again, like, I get bereavement days. This should be covered. Like, why are we even talking about this? And then the days that I ended up in the hospital, and my doctor gave me doctor notes and everything because I was dealing with an anxiety attack, and depression and just that kind of situation. So my doctor wrote me off and gave me some days off of work to get myself together, to get accustomed to the medicine. I get back to work, and the medicine caused me, because I work outside, I'm walking in the heat and the sun, so the extended exposure counter affected the medicine that I was taking at the time from all of this. I go in the office and I explain this to them again. I was in the hospital, in and out the hospital. I didn't tell them why I was in and out the hospital, but I did let them know that I was in and out the hospital and that, sick leave should cover that. Fine. So I'm thinking everything good. This is in April. May, June, July roll around, they fired me. I come into work, they gave me my letter of removal, and in my letter of removal, it stated that, let me go get it and read it to you. Don't worry. I'm back. I got my iced coffee. Thank you. This is not actually Starbucks, but I got these cups. They change colors. So I made me a little iced coffee this morning. Got my trusty dusty letter of removal. I'm coming in the office. I'm ready to work. Positive mind frame. I get hit with this. The beginning of April is when he passed away. I got unscheduled sick leave, unscheduled annual leave, unscheduled full day leave without pay, unscheduled full day leave without pay. And then for the other funeral, we have unscheduled full day leave without pay, unscheduled full day leave without pay. And then the days I was in the hospital, they got me down as AWOL. Although I called in and came back with paperwork. Also with the hospital, unscheduled full day leave without pay. So I don't know what that is. But then they go down, they have to write down what happened. It says on April 10th, I was brought in the office with my union representative, and the interview was giving me the opportunity to respond to address any allegations, and to give It says during the interview, you explained that your absences was from bereavement. From my nephew. Was that the first one or second? March? Yeah, that was the first one. Monday, May 22nd. Again, they brought me in the office. This was after my brother and me being hospitalized. And they investigated. Investigation interview was conducted with your union representative. It was giving me the opportunity to respond and address any allegations. During the interview, you explained that your absences was from bereavement, out of state, health issues, in and out the hospital, and I gave the document to my supervisor. It says during the interview, you explained that your absences, okay, whatever. Then it says when asked to explain why you are failing to meet your basic requirements to be in regular attendance, you stated that I feel I am, which I do. I feel like I was in regular attendance because at that time, life was lifing. So that is what got me fired. In other words, don't have anybody in your family pass away if you work for the post office. Do not attend their funeral if you work for the post office. Do not deal with stress and anxiety. Do not end up in the hospital if you work for the post office. So right now, I have been off work for a month, and the union is fighting to give me my job back. Honestly, I do believe that they're going to give me my job back. I'm going to end up back at work. So I'm not too worried about it because they don't have anything to stand on. But to send me through it is the problem. Why go through all of this when you guys are wrong from jump? So that's the problem. But I know I'm going to be back to work. I was denied unemployment. That's fine. It's not okay, but it's something that I can't do nothing about. So I was denied unemployment, and I'm just hoping I get back to work soon. I'm also looking for other jobs. The pay at the post office is pretty decent, but it's a lot that you have to deal with. I am forced to work overtime every day, like 10 to 12 hours a day, every day. I'm forced to work my off day, and if I don't come in on my off day, then I'm written up. Also, when you ask for time off, your time off is always declined. If you have a week vacation scheduled in advance, more than likely you will not be able to take your week vacation because they'll say it's mandated, you're mandated to work, or like it's high volume time or something like that. Like every excuse, because they are never fully staffed. So they're always short staffed, so you can never take your vacations. I've been there since 2014. And so I'm still dealing with this same 8 years at the post office. I'm still dealing with this same weirdness. And I done gave them so much of my time that it's hard to quit completely, cut them off. So I'm looking for jobs right now. But yeah, it wasn't okay. I just don't know what to do about it. It was not okay. So the post office is just horrible. It really is. It's not, to be working there all them years, it's not the place to work. And like I said, I'm looking for other jobs. So yeah, go back and check and watch the whole video, because we're just talking about me being fired. My mom keeps calling my phone. But I'm going to keep my head up and take care of my little princess. If you know any jobs that's hiring that pays very well, leave it on the link down below, and I'll go check it out. Don't work for the post office, bottom line. Run.